Okay, the licensing board of License Commission is ready to go. March 7th, 2017. Before we start, I'd just like to read the open meeting law. Pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make any audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made whether perceived or unperceived by those present and are deemed acknowledged and permissible. That is just mine right here. Okay. Still pen. We'll do agenda item number 1. Before we start, we do have Deputy Chief Joe Jackson sitting in for Chief Joe Barron. Deputy Chief Jackson is an experienced member of the board. Agenda item number 1, hearing regarding the request of Sam Scheele, Elena's Cafe, 1 Battery March Park for a 1-day wine and malt license, 5 to 8 p.m., April 19, 2017. Sam is not here. We will hold that till the end of the day. Agenda item number 2, hearing regarding the request of Project Health CV Inc. for a 1-day all-alcohol license, April 22nd, 6:30 to 11 at 108 Myrtle Street for a fundraiser. Miss Maria Demora. Why don't you come right up and just stand right in front here and tell us what we're doing down at Myrtle Street.
We are a nonprofit organization. Began in 2009. We do a yearly medical mission to the Cape Verde Islands with physicians and interpreters from Methodist Deacon's Medical Center. This will be our 2nd annual fundraiser, and it is just a benefit gala.
Did you do it in Quincy last year?
No, we did it in Boston, yes.
Who does it benefit?
It benefits, there are a group of physicians, specialists, surgeons, who travel to the Cape Verde Islands once a year. Well, actually this year we're doing it 3 times a year, and provide just free services for the residents of Cape Verde, 2 different hospitals. We're a nonprofit.
Everything is in there. Everything is there. And are we going to be serving any food at the event?
Yes.
Is it going to be catered or how is it going to be?
It's going to be catered.
And who do you have a catering line?
Cesaria's in Boston.
Okay. Before I open it up to the board, any members of the audience have any comments or questions? Seeing none, board members?
Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Project Health CV Inc. for a 1-day all-alcohol license, April 22nd, 6:30 to 11 p.m. at 108 Myrtle Street for a fundraiser, represented by Ms. Maria Demora.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of Project Health CV Inc. for a 1-day all-alcohol license, April 22nd, from 6:30 to 11 p.m. at 108 Myrtle Street for the Project Health CV Inc. All in favor?
Aye.
You're all set, okay?
Thank
Good
you.
luck. Agenda item number 3, hearing regarding the request of Louie's on C Street for an extension of premise, March 18th, 2017. John Galligan. John, come on up.
Good evening, guys. How are you?
So this is for an extension of premise onto the patio that is currently there.
Yes.
And because we only allow the patio from,
Seasonal.
from I believe it's Patriots Day until Columbus Day, you want to open up on the 18th, I'm assuming for a day after St. Patrick's Day kind of.
Exactly. Yes, what I've asked the city for, I have a small diagram here. That's the restaurant, not the debut. What I've applied for is to be able to close down a section of the street, also the sidewalk. I'd like to put a tent over the existing patio. And during the day, there'd be live music, there'd be outdoor, beer and wine, and there'd be some tables and chairs set up out there as well.
And will we be serving, can people get something to eat out there?
Yep, we'll be doing corned beef and cabbage and all, we'll have a full.
Gray or red?
Red.
Red? What are you doing?
Good stuff.
Oh, it's
You
gotta
want
be
me to be
red.
great for you?
No, you don't have to, I'm not gonna go down for a sandwich.
Well, you should.
I can all the red corned beef I can eat for the rest of my life at the deli.
You've done this before, haven't you?
Yeah, last year I did 2 outdoor events, so this year I want to try to do a few more. We did an Oktoberfest, we did at the end of the Chowder Fest, so I figured this is a good way to kind of start off the spring season. Last year we attempted to do a street closure, but just the time of year, it didn't call for it. I approached some neighbors and Margaret, and she said there was no problem this time of year, there's no boat traffic or anything like that to be concerned with. So she was okay with it. I didn't get any feedback from any of the neighbors, but they did receive something. General Abutters did receive a notice in their mailbox letting them know I was approaching this idea.
And the hours are from 11 a.m. till 10 p.m.?
Until 10 p.m. Music would be out there until about 7 p.m. And typically, you know, depending on the weather, of course, I hope to kind of roll it more into the tent. The tent will be heated. The fire department did come down and inspect for that. Roll it more into the tent as the sun goes down, it gets cooler outside, and kind of see how that goes.
So would that move you off the street?
That would move me up the street. That would just take, it would obstruct the sidewalk a little bit, but it would take me completely off the street.
The street would still be closed till 10 o'clock.
I would like to keep the street, I'd like to keep the barricades out there. I know DPW said I could come and pick something up. I'd like to keep them out there just for safety reasons, and the tent's there and everything,
In
so.
case there is overflow.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, and that's it. I gotta see how the day goes and kind of manage it at that point, but.
Before I open it up to the board, any members of the audience have any comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, board members, I am glad that they already checked with the fire department too.
Yeah, just make sure, you talked to Inspector Wong?
Yes, yesterday he was down,
Yeah, just
walking
when the
through what
time
we're
comes,
planning.
make sure you pull all the necessary permits and everything.
Yep, I think it's B and C rental now out of Avon. They're the ones that are controlling the permits when it comes to the fire permits and all that, because I do all the rental through them,
All right,
so.
great.
And the tent's gonna have sides, right?
The tent will be sides, yes.
All,
Has sides on it.
all 4 sides all the way around?
Potentially, you know, like kind of 3.5 because of where it meets the building, but yeah. And you know, this new company, B and C rental, they do all exit signs, they'll light the tent on the inside, so any, you know, safety, fire extinguishers and all that will be part of the
If
package.
it's enclosed all the way around, no smoking. If you have one side completely open, you can smoke.
Okay, yeah,
Just so you know.
I'd try to push them out to our regular smoking area anyways.
I did receive a letter a phone call from Councillor Laforest, and she's in favor, and she said that all of the community input was positive.
Good, thank you.
It's always good to have the council on your side. Any other comments or questions, board members?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of Lewis on C Street for an extension of premise, March 18, 2017, represented by John Galligan.
Second?
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of Louis on C Street for an extension of premise, March 18, 2017, from 11 a.m. until 10 p.m. for a St. Patrick's Day Festival. All in favor?
Aye.
You're all set.
Thank you, guys.
Take
Have a
care.
good evening.
Good luck.
Good luck. Agenda item number 4, hearing regarding the request of Nite Entertainment, DBA, Revel, 79 Parkingway, for transfer of stock, new officers and directors. Attorney Jon Aieta.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Jon Aieta, 18 Quincy Park. This is Edward Matthew. We have an application looking for 2 things. One is a approval for a transfer of stock, and the second, a change of officers directors. Mr. Matthew is in the process of purchasing all of the outstanding shares of stock of Nite Entertainment, Inc. Following the approval, he would be the sole officer, director, and shareholder of Nite Entertainment, Inc., which does business as Revel. In attendance as well is Brandon Sweet. Brandon is the approved manager of record. He's been there for about a year and a half. He will stay on as the manager of record. Just briefly by way of experience, Mr. Matthew has been in the hospitality industry for approximately 30 years. In promotions, marketing, a lot of work in Boston and Cambridge. And so he is familiar with the rules and regulations of the board. He's a hands-on owner, wants to jump right in and get involved pending approval. And in terms of the day-to-day operations, they're going to stay the same. The hours of operations will remain the same. So you'll see very little change in terms of the actual operation itself.
So, I do know that Revel does have a hearing coming up before the ABCC.
We haven't received any paperwork yet. Obviously, you know, we were aware of an event there. I'm waiting to see what their investigation shows of that, but obviously, Brandon, who is here, is the manager, and was the manager then, and will be the manager as well. I think the important thing is Mr. Matthew here, and the point being is the prior 3 owners, I don't think they were as hands-on as Mr. Matthew wants to be or will be, and therefore I'm hoping that that's going to go a long way, not only in front of the eyes of the ABCC, but also with this board as well.
I don't feel comfortable transferring stock and all of this while there is a pending investigation before the ABCC.
I don't have any notice of anything pending. I know they arrived, so we have not received any written notice to.
I'm aware of the incident, we've been dealing with the ABCC, so
Right.
there
So
was
there's
an
a
active
pending.
investigation. You will be notified of the hearing at some point. I don't know if you've been notified at this point yet.
We have not been, to my knowledge, and that's why I brought Brandon along, and I asked him, even today, we don't have any notification of that.
The ABCC wouldn't allow us to transfer the license to my understanding anyway, so.
In my opinion, don't know how that would change.
Well, it would change because now you've got new owners. The present owners now would not be responsible for those violations.
Right, my understanding it would be subject to, obviously, the board's approval or not. The ABCC would, most likely by the time the hearing is established or not, they were aware the paperwork would be forwarded up, and it would be shelved until anything appropriate was done for the prior ownership. That would be my understanding. So all I'm asking for, in other words, is if it were to go ahead today, we'd obviously take it subject to any, whether it's a stay or not by the ABCC, but as it is.
Well, it's really got nothing to do with you, it's the old owners.
That's right.
The ones that are responsible, so you can't represent the old owners, to my knowledge, you represent this gentleman.
Right.
And the new purchase, correct?
Well, if I could just approach the board, I'd like to say that we're not looking to do anything different other than to sort of perfect the business. I think that being more hands-on, we'll be able to, work together. Chief Keenan, you know me, I've been a resident of Quincy. My kids are, graduates of Quincy High School, both North Quincy and the other. And I'm pretty clear with what, Quincy wants, and we're also willing to, be very communicative. Mr. Tarowski, who knows me as well, and I think not looking to do anything different in the businesses there other than to perfect the restaurant, which has been missing in the business. That's our biggest forthcoming, is to sort of just expand the operations for food service. The entertainment business is what it is. We'll perfect that as well by managing the IDs. We're not doing night that appeal to the college anymore. We've changed that and that's done, so we're not going down that path. And just in general, being hands-on, I think is going to improve the operations overall. We are getting details for every night, whether we need them or not. We put them in, we request them all the time, per Peter Trowski. And we've been very supportive with him, not to mention the case issue, but we've been giving him tons of false IDs that we take. So we're very proactive with that. The investigative officers came by and they said they actually witnessed that we were carding everyone and asking for backup. The problem is that
And this is where?
This is the number.
So you're working there currently right now?
No, I just help as a promoter, and I've also just been watching, sort of just to get an idea of, how the business is maturing, to see if it was even worthwhile. The
What
idea
other
was
promotions, what other promotions have you run in the city?
pretty much just parties and entertainment.
And where?
And I also had done work with the Club 58 years ago, with James Peninsula.
Anywhere else?
No, it wasn't Quincy, but in town, in Boston. I've done this for 30 years in restaurants, most recently at Fire and Ice in Harvard Square, which is a restaurant. And, I just think that without being involved in sort of looking at this and giving some ideas as more of a consultant, I think this business probably would have failed. And I think by now we'd have another closure, which would be another blight in the city. Kind of like the Beachcomber and some of the other places that closed. It just
It'd
kind
be
of
addition by subtraction, in my opinion, it'd be addition by subtraction. It's not a well-run place, Revel's not a well-run place, we have problems there.
Okay, I understand that. Well, we're trying to clean that up and make it better.
I understand that, my issue isn't with you, my issue is with the old owners. The old owners are responsible to ABCC for it to be heard. They're allowed to be heard, but they have to be heard before we can transfer the license. In that light, I'm going to make a motion to continue it until such time as the ABC makes a ruling.
Second. Well, I can assure you with new ownership, we're not going to have these issues.
I would hope not, but, at this point, we really can't act on it anyway, nor am Made the motion.
Motion made and seconded to continue the request of Nite Entertainment, DBA Revel, 79 Parkingway, for the transfer of stock and new officers and directors until notice from the ABCC that the incident in question has been clarified to their satisfaction. And it's represented by Attorney Jon Aieta. All in favor?
Aye.
Just for the record, this paperwork was submitted before, obviously, anything happened, so it's not like a violation happened and we ran in for the transfer. So
Right.
I don't want this board
No,
to feel that it was as a result of what transpired. It's just bad timing. So, okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Agenda hearing number 5, hearing regarding the request of D. Lee Enterprises, Inc., DBA Pat Sheehan's Pub, Daniel Lee Manager, for the transfer of the all-alcohol restaurant license presently held by Greater Hospitality, Inc., 536 Washington Street. Why don't you tell us what the plan is down at 536 Washington
Good morning,
Street?
Mr. Chairman. Bob Hennessy, Mr. President, for you. He just purchased a business there. As you can tell, as you probably see when you go down there, this is kind of down, it's kind of dark, dark bar. What he's actually purchasing, he's already painted the outside. We met with Brad Kroll, spoke to him. We're trying to liven it up. He wants to keep the same hours, but in essence, to be honest with you, he just wants to clean it up and make it more of an attractive bar. Right now, we want it that's really dark. He wants to more of a pub type of bar with TVs, with things, to attract people there. He knows he has competition with the Coop, so he understands he has that situation, but he's gonna work with it to build his up. He's tip certified, he's done this before. I'd ask the board to consider it, but he's doing a slight build out. There's not gonna be a major build out there, but he's gonna work with the health department, the building department, and all departments to make sure everything goes as it should go. He has a track record as far as he works, he's a fully employed, he actually works for Town of Holbrook, his son in Town of Holbrook. He knows the responsibility that you all have with regards to making sure that the neighborhood's safe, and make sure that people are safe and the business is conducted well. He does that in Holbrook, and he assures this board he's gonna do the same thing here. Again, he's fully aware of your responsibility, he's gonna uphold your responsibility.
What hours are you looking for?
He's looking for the same as we were before. I think it's 10 to 1 right now. Right now, I guess, yes, it is open sporadically. Sometimes they're open, sometimes they're not. He doesn't intend to do that. That doesn't attract business. So he's going to maintain it every single day.
7 days.
7 days. 7 days.
10 to 1, 7 days a week. Are you gonna be doing any kind of food or anything?
There will be small finger food. He's going to have pizza. He's going to have finger food like chicken wings and stuff. Chicken fingers. That's what he plans to do.
Are you gonna do any kind of, I know it's just a small building, it's a really tight spot. You don't have a lot of room to do a lot of food. I think a small little, I think a small kitchen can survive in there and you'll be able to put some food out there, so.
Yeah, thinking like a small pizza oven with just a panini press,
Yep.
sandwiches, something like that.
Okay. Just make sure you check with my office when you start to do that part of it, we'll work with you to do
Thank you very much.
it. Any comments from the audience, comments, questions, concerns? Seeing none, board members, any other questions, comments?
You're gonna be doing a build-out, some kind of work?
Basically, it's all just interior paint and cleaning the bathrooms.
Are the ovens already there?
No.
So what ovens you gonna add?
Basically, down the end of the bar, if it's approved, there's an area probably about 8 feet that I'd like to do like an electric pizza oven and the panini press right next to it.
So, yeah, so for that, you just need to apply for a permit and get approval from the fire department.
Very good.
And it's an electric, it's not gonna require a hood or anything or ansel system, it's all electric. It's
You're
kind
not
of
going
like,
to have a full kitchen.
yeah, it's kind of, remember the little kitchen that used to be down at the Oyster Bar? The Oyster House was down here, back,
Vaguely, I remember.
vaguely?
Just above Betty Crocker.
Just above Betty, yeah, they heated up. Okay. Board members, any other comments, questions?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of DE Enterprises, Inc., doing business as Pat Sheehan's Pub, Daniel Lee Manager, for a transfer of the all-alcohol restaurant license presently held by Greater Hospitality, Inc., 536 Washington Street. Hours of operation, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., 7 days a week.
Second?
Before I continue on this, are you gonna be looking for any entertainment license? Because I believe yesterday's had an entertainment
Yes,
license down.
it was whatever they had, the entertainment.
It's a cabaret license, which is 3 or less.
Yes.
So we'll do a second motion after this to grant that also, okay? Motion made and seconded to grant the request of D. Lee Enterprises, Inc., DBA Pat Sheehan's Pub, Daniel Lee manager, for the transfer of the all-alcohol restaurant license presently held by Greater Hospitality, Inc., 536 Washington Street, represented by Bob Hines. All in favor?
Aye.
You're all set for that, and now we'll do the entertainment license.
Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of DB Enterprises, Inc., doing business as Pat Sheehan's Pub, Daniel Lee manager, for a cabaret license, presently held by Greater Hospitality, Inc., 536 Washington Street.
Second?
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of D. Lee Enterprises, Inc., DBA Pat Sheehan's Pub, Daniel Lee manager, for the cabaret license presently held by Greater Hospitality, Inc., 536 Washington Street, represented by Bob Hines. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You're all set. Any start date when you'll be opening?
Just want to see ABC approves it.
You were pretty much ready to go. I know it's been closed for a while, and it's been, the windows have been covered up, so you've been doing the paint and stuff like that, just waiting for the ABCC approval. Okay. You're all set, all right? Good luck.
Chairman, to you, members of the board, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Agenda item number 6. Hearing regarding the request of S&H Newsstand, Inc., DBA, new store on the block, 1245 Rear Hancock Street, for common vicular license. Danny Patel, the manager, attorney Jon Aieta.
Good afternoon again. This is Danny Patel. Danny is the present owner of New Store on the Block at 1193 Hancock Street, which is located in the Quincy T station. What he's looking to do, because it's non-transferable, is apply for a new common victular license. He's looking to move the location diagonally about 300 yards maybe to 1245 Rare R Hancock Street, which is in the back of the Monroe building. There's I think, Quality Dental right next to it right now. It's actually 2 storefronts. He's combining into one. Renovations are well underway, and flooring's in, walk-in coolers in, counters in. A couple more things to do, and he hopes in the next 3 to 4 weeks it should be fully operational. The idea is, once everything's up and running and doors open, he hopes within a week or so, everything will be out of the other location and into the new location. So there may be a short period of time where they're both stores open. He also has to get the customers used to the new location as well, and put signage up and things like that. So everything's gonna be brand new in there. Nice and bright area inside.
Okay.
Right. And it's a little bit smaller, but it'll work. He has no problem. He has every bit of confidence that it's going to be successful at the new location as well.
And as far as food goes, coffee and what
So
else?
there's coffee and maybe some just breakfast items.
Breakfast. Are you gonna use the rolling machines like you see it now?
Oh,
Very limited.
prepared. Ready to go.
Most
Ready to
of
go? Okay.
pre-packaged goods.
Pop it in the
yeah.
microwave and you're ready, okay.
You gonna have lottery?
Yeah, look.
So we've already been in contact with Lottery, and they'll be, once the transition goes, they'll be able to transition that license.
Any members of the audience have any comments, questions, concerns?
I just have one question. Where are you talking about this is exactly? Is this like behind Quincy Center train station?
Actually, it's in front of Quincy Center's train station. It's in back of where Starbucks is. It's the back end of that building.
So behind Starbucks?
But all the way to this end.
So like behind the bridal store?
Yeah.
Right,
Yes.
Right.
So like right, are you
Not on the
related,
corner,
are you
but
related to
like
the
1 unit
Patels
over.
from Ridgedale?
No.
Okay, because they have a convenience store, right? I'm just gonna
They're
say,
right around the corner.
I was gonna say as a citizen, there's a parking problem and there's absolutely no parking. I'm right now parked for City Hall parking, people, employees. Got a ticket there before. It takes 10-15 minutes when you circle in there just to get out of the parking lot if I can't find a parking lot. I've quit trying to find a parking lot. Ever since you did the green, it's almost like there is no public parking. So to try to come to a meeting, you know, there's no cohesive plan of the businesses for them to survive. I personally, myself, I go to Richdale all the time. I go to Starbucks all the time, and I want businesses to succeed. I've noticed there's a convenience store on the front that has closed down, and, you know, so I'm just not sure how many different convenience stores we need, how many people are gonna park, what people are gonna do, I don't know. But just wanted to make the point, like I said, I'm not even sure if there's a store on that side right now, is there?
I don't believe there is, not on that, not a convenience store.
So, I mean, I was even thinking today when I was walking by that, how nice it would be to knock that whole Leo Martin building down and maybe build a nice,
How does Leo feel about that?
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be thrilled by that.
well, he could,
answer that for about $8.5 million.
he could still hold the thing, but honestly, it's like that building, there's so many people in there, and for anyone who is renting on the second floor up there, where do your customers or clients, where do people park? There's a
They
real,
rely on a lot of foot traffic and
That's
people
mostly
using the
business.
train.
It's some people
This
coming
is
and
all
going on the
foot
train.
traffic,
It's all going to the team.
no, it is, but I mean, I'm just saying, I'm sure he wants parking too, once you put your place there, if you had a nice parking
I have
garage.
one parking, Leo have a parking plot over there, I have a couple plots there.
Okay,
They have parking, you know that, they have it all, I think 40 parking, car parking, Leo have it, so I have a 2 spot, my own.
Do you want,
Yes, I'm in the front of the building at Gypsy Kitchen. This is not the reason I came, I guess it's kind of a little bit of a luck factor here. I'm concerned about the bathroom situation, the trash situation. We've got a lot of trash in the back of the building now. The trash for that building is the dumpster in the parking lot behind Tooties. I don't know if they're aware of that, but that is gonna be, it's gonna be a problem. And he is right about the situation with the parking now. But there are a lot of transients that hang out at that store now. They're gonna be coming to our building, they're gonna be wandering through the building, those doors are always open. That's a concern for the people that are in that building now. That is not the reason I came here, I just wanna tell you that we've had problems. I've been in that building 16 years. There's problems there now with people wandering about. Is there gonna be a bathroom in there? Because we have a shortage of bathrooms on that floor.
he has a bathroom for employees, he's not required to have a bathroom
Okay.
for customers. I mean,
I
if he
just
wants
wanna
to
make
let, if he
sure-
wants to let his customers use it.
No, I just wanna make sure that, there's a problem right now with the bathroom situation. So, that's good that you.
Again, and you don't need a bathroom for your store
I
either.
do not, no. But I am concerned about the trash, the lottery tickets, because we're having a problem with that in the front of the building. There's an influx of nips lately. I don't know what store is responsible for them, but they're all over the street. They're in the door wells. It's none of the stores that are there now. And he doesn't have an alcohol license, so it's not from his store. But there is a trash problem now in the front of the building and in the back, and a lot of lottery debris. Are we gonna put extra trash barrels out?
I have
Kennedy?
no idea. We can definitely look into it, but I mean, that's above our purview though.
Okay.
But we can definitely talk to the DPW. And as far as the nips, I mean, I would look to the police department. If people are drinking nips in public, that's illegal.
Well, I don't see him doing it. I just see the debris left behind, that's all.
We have a contract for disposal services, I mean, he has one now, first term location, obviously. It's a bigger store where it is now, as opposed to the new location, so there should be less consumption, things like that. He's very, as you know, he's a very good business operator in the city, and will stay vigilant as well.
What other places do you,
He's
Goodies Mini Mart, and of course,
which one?
Goodies,
Goodies Mini Mart,
he's in,
President Plaza,
you're in North Quincy, and
Daily Mart.
Daily March, yep.
East Quaker.
Oh, yeah.
I think the young lady brings up a good point, when you have these businesses and you got lottery debris and nips, I think it is incumbent upon the business owners to take some part in making sure that it stays clean. I don't know how we do it, but I think they should be,
They have to put a
Obligation.
barrel outside, but that we can do.
Well, I mean, even just to put a barrel out, I mean, if there's a barrel there, I think people would be inclined to use it. If there's no barrel, then
You would hope.
you would hope, but, it's better to have it than not, and now
Used to
you,
be we had barrel, this year's location too, but MBTA, I don't know, some reason they
No,
force
I
it
know,
to take out everything.
it's not
everything.
on you, and,
Just we leave it in the store, outside no, barrel and all.
I mean, it would be a nice gesture.
He has, I think he'll put up a little counter for the lottery as well, and
Yeah.
hopefully he'll, scratch the
Who owns
taste.
the liquor store in front?
I think he's at Rich Sale.
Yeah, that's not his.
That's not his, no.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying they're gonna solve the problems.
Well, my question, you own the one on Cottage Ave, is that correct, across the Melrose?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you sell nips?
Yeah.
There's a problem with that. One of our officers who's down in Quincy Square is in your store all the time, Mike Brandolini, and he witnesses people walking out buying the nips and drinking them on their way out the door or around the corner, and I know that's not your issue, but it is a serious issue.
Well,
I
it
think
is his issue, it's
It's
a litter
a problem,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
becoming a real problem, not only with
We
litter,
gotta
but
watch it then, we gotta watch it, that people have a work inside store, go out, around,
Perhaps
take out.
you clean the perimeter
Yes,
at
that's what we
night,
gotta do.
you know.
Well, it's
when
not
you
even so
close
much
the
the
store.
cleaning, we've also had issues where the officer that walks Quincy Square on a daily basis makes a number of arrests from people coming out of your store. He watches them come out, they purchase a nip, and they walk down a half a block and they start drinking in public. So it's a real concern. And I was actually going to request, I wasn't sure who the owner of that was, but now that we know that it was you, I was gonna request you to come before the board to see if we can some kind of a resolution on it. And it's just the nips, it's not.
Have you ever thought about not selling the nips? Or are they too much of a moneymaker?
This is a kind of money maker, but some kind of issue we can think about something, you know. Whatever we have to make solution.
And again, as the chief said, it's not your responsibility when they purchase it from you and they're fine and they walk out and a half a block away, they decide to open it up. Then it's the police and they arrest and they go forward with that. By eliminating the ability to purchase nips, and I know that the board can put restrictions on what you can sell and what you can't sell. I would not want to do that, I would just as soon have you, not sell the nips and we could go forward from there.
My guess is
That's
that,
something-
my guess is these clientele, if they're doing it here, they're probably doing it at other spots, I mean, so.
But there aren't any stores.
This building, nobody has alcohol.
Not in
Still
the area,
people-
but.
This building, like you say right now, people drink and alcohol, put in the nip. This building, nobody sells alcohol.
Oh, I know.
People, how, I don't know if we can explain, but
I mean, maybe you can post signs or talk to regular customers that are buying the nips, and, I mean, they should give.
I think we all know the clientele that it attracts.
Yeah,
It's a lot of the folks that are unfortunately in a situation where they may have alcohol issues or they may be homeless or whatever, so
Right.
they're gonna consume the alcohol in public. And it seems like they gravitate towards the nips because of the short price on them.
Sure.
So it is causing a lot of quite a bit of concern with the offices that work in the area. They brought it to my attention to potentially do something about it, but while I have you here, and this, there's no reflection on your new business. This is just while we had you here.
No, I'm glad, they need to know, he'll talk to the staff and.
yes,
And,
we think about it, something we can
I
do.
mean, whether it's just patrolling.
We can watch it, people do something, you know.
How far down are they making it on Cottage or?
Between the fours, that alleyway and the
Okay.
fours around the corner.
There's going, people going,
Yeah, in the back parking lot, behind the building.
Right.
Those are the areas that we're mostly concerned with.
I see, last week, I was, but I walk by there, I look at couple, I see, I pick up, I put it there, I see, but I want to talk to my employer too, you know. Watch it, look at it
Okay.
every day. Morning, night, evening, have a time, then go couple times, 3 times, all the way, look at it.
Okay, so we'll go back to the convenience store. Anybody else in the audience have any concerns or questions? So we'll definitely look at the trash issue and see if we can get in touch with the DPW, maybe get a barrel put out there somewhere. And hopefully maybe the police department will be able to do something.
If we have to, we can make it front of store, where doesn't matter for us.
Okay, that'd be great. Board members?
Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to grant the request of S&H Newsstanding, doing business as news store on the block, 1245 Rear Hancock Street, for a common victualler license. Danny Patel, the manager, is represented by attorney Jon Aieta.
Second?
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of S&H Newsstand Inc., DBA News Store on the Block, 1245 Ray Hancock Street for common vicular license. Danny Patella, manager, represented by attorney Jon Aieta. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
And the only other thing I'd like to say is when you do finally close down inside the T, just notify Cindy Manning that you've closed it down so that we're aware of it.
Yeah.
Okay, and I know it might not be for a while because there'll be
Transition,
overlap.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fine, no problem at all.
Right.
All right?
Thank you very much.
Good luck, all right?
Thank you, good luck.
Thank you.
That we do have one other announcement, and that is that Richdale Variety is gonna be opening up at 10 a.m. on Sundays. From now on, they don't have to be here, they just have to notify us that they're gonna be opening up on 10 a.m. on Sundays. And that is the end of that.
Do we have another meeting before?
Another meeting before.
Sam.
So I'm gonna call Sam again right now. I know.
I mean, it's a
We- yeah, we-
public thing.
yeah.
Yeah, we just.
Do you want, I don't have any issue with it, I mean,
No, we
he's
know what
always
he does.
private, yeah.
We know what it goes on.
Okay, can I get a motion?
To make a motion to grant the request of Sam Nisqueri, Elena's Cafe, 1 Battery Mines Park, for a one-day wine and malt license, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. on April 19th, 2007.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to grant the request of Sam Scheele, Elena's Cafe, 1 Battery March Park, for a one-day wine and malt license, 5 to 8 p.m. on April 19th, 2017. All in favor?
Aye.
That is all that we have today. Do I have a motion to waive the reading of the previous meeting?
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That concludes the licensing board for March 7th, 2017. Thank you very much.